everybody. Welcome to our very first live broadcast with the Kentucky Career Center, Northern Kentucky. We're going to wait just a couple seconds to make sure that the audio is good and that everybody can hear me and that people start tuning in. We'll give it just a couple because I don't want people to miss out, and we'll get started. This is my good friend Lauren Miller here. She's with Tyson Food Brands. Say hi, Lauren.
Hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Safe at home.
You guys let me know if you can hear me and if you can hear Lauren as well. We want to make sure that the audio is good for both. Good on the audio? Okay, awesome. So just to give you guys a brief overview of how this little chat will go, we set it up sort of like a talk show, and we want to give Lauren here a chance to talk about her amazing company. They're great employers with the Kentucky Career Center, and we just want to tell you guys all the amazing opportunities that they have. We'll talk for about 15 minutes, and I'll ask her some general questions, and then you will be able to ask us, and we'll be able to fill those at the end. We'll give it about 5 minutes near the very end, and if you guys have questions that we didn't answer, that will be your chance to chime in. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we have a few viewers. How many viewers does it show? 12. About 12 viewers? All right. We'll wait just a second and get started. Lauren, have you ever done a Facebook Live before?
No, I don't know of any time that I ever have.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. So like I said, this is my good friend Lauren Miller. She is the Human Resources Representative at Tyson Foods. And to get started, we're just going to their company, and she's going to give us a brief overview of who they are, what they do. Go ahead, Lauren.
All right, so a lot of times when people think of Tyson, they think of chicken, and poultry is a big part of our business, but we have a lot of other brands and products that we make. At our facility specifically, we're located just outside of Alexandria. It's technically called Claryville, but it's just outside of Alexandria on 27, and we have 750 employees that work with us. And at our facility, we have 3 different departments for 3 different main products that we make. So we do the cocktails, the little smokies that you see a lot of times cooked in barbecue sauce or at football parties. We make those at our facility. We have a department called hot dogs, and one of their big labels is the ballpark hot dogs. And then the third area is sliced meats. And in sliced meats, they make the Hillshire Farms red lid lunch meat tubs that you see at the grocery store. And they also make some pizza toppings, so ham 4 pieces and shaved beef, which is like a Philly cheesesteak meat. And then they also make a product called Small Plate that has kind of like an adult snack. It has salami, cheese, and crackers in it. It's part of Hillshire snacking. So those are the main things that we make at our facility. We also do a lot of food service items that go to movie theaters and gas stations. And like I said, we've got 750 employees, so pretty large. Yeah, so that's a brief overview. Overall, Tyson is a huge company. They've got over 100 different locations in the United States and out of the country. So we are glad to be a part of that big group of plants and company.
I know it's really cool to open people's eyes about what exactly you guys do produce there. Amazing the amount of different foods that we eat every day and you wouldn't even think about. So now you'll think every time you see one in the store. We did want to talk a little bit about positions that you're currently hiring for, and what those shifts might be, what the pay rates might be, any special requirements that you have for them.
Okay. So I know right now there's a lot of companies that are not working because of the COVID-19 epidemic. We are still operating. We're considered an essential business because we provide food to grocery stores, and
Right.
everybody needs to eat, even with all this. We are still hiring. At our facility in particular, we have about 50 openings for production. So we have other openings, but production is where a majority of those are. And it would be for second or third shift production. So there's a job posting out there where you would apply. And then if you were selected to come in and meet with us, you would tell us what your shift preference is, and we try to work with people on what shift they prefer between second and third. The pay starts off at $14.35 an hour, and then the raises, you do get raises pretty quickly. So every 3 months for the first year, and then at 1 year, the current top out rate is $20.35 per hour, and there is a shift differential for hours between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. For second and third shifts. The second shift, you would get shift differential for part of it. As far as special requirements for entry-level production, you just need to go online. A candidate would just need to go online and apply and make sure that they put in their work history, and there is a questionnaire. You can fill out an application on your phone, but I always recommend doing it off of a computer, so like a desktop or a laptop would be better, just to make sure that everything, they seem to work be more functional than a phone sometimes.
Right.
But not something you want to rush through. And then you would fill out that questionnaire and put in your work history, and we are reviewing applications on a regular basis, and we're having orientations right now just about every week. So
Awesome. So we'll talk a little bit more in detail about the link and apply. We'll definitely post that on our page again for quick access to you as well after this video is completed.
okay.
So, before, you can on TysonFoods.com. That is the link, and then you'll go to the career page where, like Lauren, on a desktop or a laptop, it's much easier that way. Mobile devices, it's a little bit more difficult to maneuver unless you use it as a desktop site on there. And like I said, we'll put that link in the comments. So, Lauren, we talked a little bit about this yesterday when we spoke briefly, but tell me a little bit about the day in the life of someone that is on the production line at Tyson Foods.
Okay, so it is, production work. So you are working on a line in most of the areas, and for most of the positions that we have available, you are working on a line. You have one line that you're usually working on each day. They do rotation, so it's not as though you're standing in the same exact spot all day. About every 30 to 45 minutes, you would move to a different spot on the line. Everybody kind of. For the packaging departments, what happens is you're dealing with the product after it gets cooked. So, for example, lunch meat, after it gets chilled, you can't pack a hot product. The first thing they do is they cut it down into those thin little slices like you'd see on a sandwich. And then the team members, there's people that run a slicer, and then it'll continue down the line where people take those slices and meat and put them down into a pouch. And then that gets sealed up and then put into the door with a red lid. And then those get put into a box to be sent over to the warehouse for shipping. If it's a hot dog, it's the same kind of process. It comes out of the chiller and gets cooled, of course, and then it's cooked in a casing to hold it together. So that casing has to be removed through a peeler, and then the hot dogs kind of just move on down the line, and people get them all organized so they fall down into the pack, and then they're sealed and put into the boxes and palletized and sent over to the warehouse. So There's people, like I said, stations all that you're rotating to, and the work is it's repetitive work, but doing those rotations kind of helps you with working through that and not getting tired from doing the same thing all day.
Right.
And it's a refrigerated environment, so it's not a freezer, but it is refrigerated. So we do provide clothing, or we do provide boots for our team members.
That's awesome
We
that
have
you
a
mentioned that.
stipend. Once a year where they can get boots, because with us being a food plant, you can't wear your outside shoes down. And we have lockers where team members can keep clothing to bundle up. So
Yeah.
if they, depending on how cold they get,
Yeah.
some people can handle the cold temperatures better than others. But and then typically the shifts are scheduled for around 8 hours. Some departments have more overtime than others, and they get, of course, a lunch break, and then they have a break on the front end of their shift, and they get to 8 hours, they would have a second break, so, an afternoon.
Awesome. So it's not obvious a whole lot that goes into this job. When people come to us, sometimes that's their very number one thing that they mention is they say, I don't like to stand in one spot a lot, and they can't really sit still, and that's good. They want something that's going to keep them busy, and I think this job will be perfect for that. So there's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities for cross training. I know one of the areas we always need people to cross train on forklifts. So we on our raw side where the meat is getting ready to be cooked, they always need forklift drivers. Then there's line lead positions that regularly open up. So there's a lot of opportunities to move up and grow and cross train if you have that desire and that commitment.
I know you mentioned to be certified beforehand, or is that something that you guys can provide?
We would train them.
That's awesome. Wonderful. All right, so we're going to get into some good stuff here. This is what the compensation, the benefits, and the resources that are offered through Tyson and what those kind of look like. We talked about Lauren and just about how an amazing employer they are. So, Lauren, if you want to talk just a little bit about those, I'm sure our audience would love to hear that.
So we do offer benefits. It's around your 90th day is when they kick in. So it's the first of the following month after your 59 days. So we'll say, for the sake of simplicity, after 90 days you have your insurance. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delta Dental, and BSP Vision. And after you've been there for a year, you would have a week of vacation, and then your vacation tops out at 4 weeks. So there are increments. After 3 years is when you get your second week, and then on to your third and fourth. There's also 2 personal days each calendar year for the team members, and then we have 8 different holidays that we recognize. Depending on your shift and what's going on in production, there are times where departments have had to work on the weekends, and of course they get additional compensation for that. We also do employee purchases where people can buy product at cost, which is pretty cheap compared to, what you would buy it for on the shelf of the stores.
I think that's awesome.
And we do giveaways. So when we have, sometimes there's product that team members even get as giveaways. And then tuition reimbursement, we have a tuition reimbursement program after the person has been at the company for a year that they'd be eligible for, as well as adoption assistance. And we have programs in place to help with if you needed to obtain your GED or your your GED, if you needed to obtain it. We do have something in place to help with that and people who are trying to get ready for college.
That's amazing. And I know some training that is offered as a resource from your company. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because I know a lot of companies out there, that's a perk for them and for an employee as well. So if you just wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, are you referencing the training when they start a position with the company?
After they've been there.
Okay. Okay. So, well, we have monthly training topics every scheduled for every single month where they would be trained on safety and food safety and some of our different policies around the plant. We also offer leadership training, so if someone was in a position where they wanted to grow into a supervisor or manager, we do have leadership training that is available. And
that's amazing.
I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
I think it's great that you guys offer that to your employees. It shows you surely care. I think we went almost everything that we wanted to talk about that we went over yesterday together. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No. If you're going to be including the website,
yes.
Like I said, we're doing a lot of hiring right now. I know that there are, it's a scary time, but we do have a lot of different precautions we're taking at the plant. Taking temperatures when people come in every day to try to put as many safeguards in place as we can.
Right.
But we still have the opportunities there.
That's awesome. Well, like 50 positions that they're hiring for right now, and we did mention the website is tysonfoods.com, and you can go on there under the career tab and apply. So once you've done that, you'll get started, and Lauren will get with you either way, and that's how the process gets rolling. Live broadcast to you guys today. This was our very first one, so if you want to message us and give us any ideas of an employer that we could possibly feature on one of these, that would be great. Any tips or any questions that you have about this broadcast would be great. If you have questions right now, feel free to us and we can take a look at those. I did want to thank you again, Lauren, for spending your time with us and this new way of life that we've all kind of had to. So we really appreciate you taking your time out of your day and coming here with us to have a conversation with our viewers.
Yeah, no problem. I know we had planned on doing a career event, and this is what we need to do right now. Yep. So I really appreciate it. And if nobody has any questions, then thank you for the time today.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Okay, I think there is one question. We're going to check that out. Hold on one second. So Lauren mentioned in the beginning, Lauren, can you tell them what city? It's Claryville, Kentucky, correct?
Yeah, the site is called Claryville, but we're just outside of Alexandria. So, our zip code is actually an Alexandria zip code. So.
Okay, and then the other two questions. Okay.
Go ahead.
The other two questions were from Garrett Griffith. Hi, Garrett. Thanks for tuning in and watching our video. He's actually an employee at the Kentucky Career Center, and he probably has questions to give job seekers that are looking for a position. He wants to know if you guys have 401k and if you match it.
We do. We have 401k and stock where you can begin that around the same time as your health care benefits. You can begin participating, and then at 1 year, you start receiving a company match.
That's amazing. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, if you think of anything, just shoot us a message. We'll filter those and get back with you as soon as we can. We really want to thank you guys for tuning in. These lives will happen once a week at 9:30 a.m. on every Thursday from now until we decide not to do them anymore. But if you guys like them, we'll keep doing them. And our next one will be Phoenix Services next week on Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll kind of different ways to bring these videos to you. If you liked the talk show way and you think we should try that again, let me know. We are open to suggestions. So let's all thank Lauren for morning with us, and we appreciate you so much. We'll try to get you some more applicants in there and more job seekers ready for you.
Thanks, Haley. Have a good day.
Thanks, Lauren. You too. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.